Okay, hello everyone. My name's Clarke Towson. I'm the CEO of intjbilling.com. In this video, I'd like to guide you through what I've done to set up my Lightning Network node. This is going to be an off-the-cuff video, unscripted. I've spent about approximately 4 days working specifically on the Bitcoin Lightning Network. And this video, I guess, is made with the idea that the person who will be watching it is interested in getting their BTC Pay Server set up and working on the Lightning Network. So I've created this page on the intjbilling.com website, intjbillinglightningnetwork.html. And what I'm saying is that I'm very proud to offer a dedicated 24/7, 365 days a year Bitcoin Lightning Network node. And the server the node runs on has been specifically set up for uncensorable payments using Bitcoin and Bitcoin Lightning Network. Now, the industry I'm looking at serving is the adult or the sex industry, specifically sex workers in both Thailand and Australia. So it's a virtual server. It's running BTC Pay Server with a Ride the Lightning instance. Now, it is running on bare metal. It's not in the cloud, and it sits outside the control of the grubby hands of big tech and the governments of the world. Now, one of the most important properties of Bitcoin is neutrality. Bitcoin is neutral to the sender, the recipient, and the value of the transaction. And that means it gives every citizen, every user of Bitcoin, the ability to innovate in terms of financial instruments, payment systems, and banking. So there's an excellent talk on the topic by the computer scientist Andreas Antonopoulos. If you click this link, you'll go to that talk. Highly recommend that you check it out. So what I'm looking to do with my BTC Pay Server and Lightning Network node is to empower sex workers and their clients, both here in Australia and Thailand, so they'll never again have their payments blocked by the banks and the payment processors who have discriminated against the industry for far too long. So if you're out there and you're working in the industry, if you're a sex worker, if you're a manager of a brothel or a strip club or any adult business, I will work with you to help you with your payment systems. So it's all about declaring self-sovereignty and having freedom from the banks and the traditional payment processors. Now, if you're into Bitcoin, if you're running your own Bitcoin Lightning Network node, I will also open a channel to your node. So contact me if you're interested in doing this. And I'll open a node between 500,000 Satoshis up to about 1 million Satoshis in value if you're willing to open a channel back to me, to my Lightning Network node. Now, this will make sense in a couple of minutes once I've explained how all this works. So if you're looking to convert Satoshis to your local currency, I've placed a link here on the website as well for a handy calculator. Now, if you've just recently set up a Bitcoin Lightning Network node and you need what's called inbound capacity, you can check out these handy links, which explains ways you can set this up quickly. So let's assume you've set up a BTC Pay Server. Let's assume that you're looking to get Lightning Network payments working with your server. What I recommend that you do is that you check out some of these links. So this is an excellent article by Dmitry Laptev, and he's explained a whole lot in this about opening channels and how to do it. And yeah, I highly recommend that you check this article out. Now, once you do set up a BTC Pay Server, once you try to use a Lightning Network wallet with it, you'll start to get errors. And the error messages are quite misleading, at least when you're initially setting it up. So basically, the reason why it's not working initially is that you need to create incoming capacity to your Lightning Network node. And once you've done that and you've got some liquidity, then you'll be able to accept Lightning payments. So There are ways, as I said, that you can have a look at this article here, which explains the ways to do that. Now, so that's that article there, and there is another excellent article here which I encourage you all to check out as well on CoinCharge.io. All about Lightning liquidity. This is an excellent website. It provides a lot of excellent details about why you need Lightning liquidity to make Lightning payments, various websites that you can go to get that incoming liquidity, and how it all works. So do check out that article. It's a very important article. Yeah, very helpful. So my Lightning Network node name, I'm known on the network as Chili Calendar. This is my node public key. This is my node URL, my server IP address and port number. I built my BTC Pay Server on March 21st, 2021, and the Lightning Network visibility date. So when I started engaging with the Lightning Network was November 16th, which was 3 days ago, as at the time I'm making this video. Now, I've placed some links down here to a number of sites: Lightning Network Plus, 1ML, Ambos, LN Channels, Terminal Web, Cheese Robot. If you click on these links, okay, so what that's doing, it's my node's public key. It takes you to my node on this website, and it has some details about my node. Okay, so once again, I'm known as Chili Calendar. Here's me with Bitcoin laser eyes, and you can see that it's got some details about why I've set up the node, the market that I'm serving, that I'm verified, that I open swaps, trustworthy, social, and generous. Because I've made a tip to this site. So while we're here, I'll just explain a little bit about swaps. If you're looking for incoming liquidity on the Lightning Network, in other words, if you would like to be able to make Lightning Network, receive Lightning Network payments, then you really need to have channels opened with other nodes. Okay, so what you can do on this site is you can create swaps, or you can join swaps that other people have created. Now, basically, I'll show you some details. So here's a swap for, you can see here, 500,000 Satoshis, and all three spaces are filled. Here's the triangle ABC. All this is three people on the Lightning Network who operate nodes. So I operate a node, and I'm known as node A here. I've connected with node B and node C, who also operate nodes, and we're cooperating with one another when it comes to creating liquidity and capacity on the network. So you can see here this swap, we've created 500,000 Satoshis worth of capacity on the Lightning Network by opening channels to each other in a triangle fashion. So that's a very good website if you're looking for liquidity for your Lightning node. Highly recommend that you check it out. Then there's 1ML. If you click on the link here, you can see once again my public key. And here's some details about my node. Specifically, it's a 24/7, 365-day-a-week Bitcoin Lightning Network node, and that's been set up for uncensorable payments using Bitcoin and the Lightning Network to serve the interests of the sex industry and sex workers in Thailand and Australia. There's some hardware details about my node. It is a very high-end server that I've built. I've got a number of virtual machines operating on this server. One of the most important ones is my BTC Pay Server instance with my Lightning node. You can see I'm connected up via an Aussie broadband NBN fiber to the premises business class link, 250 megabits per second download, 100 megabits per second upload. It's an unlimited data plan. So some details here on this site about my node, how much capacity it has in terms of Bitcoin and Satoshis, what the dollar figure of that is, when it was last updated, my node name, that I'm here in Melbourne, Victoria in Australia, Here's my total capacity here, getting up to about $4,000 now, or 6.5 million Satoshis. And just other nodes that I'm connected to. So you can see here, here's a node LNDO1 Dallas, how much capacity he's got, that I'm connected to him, and I'm also connected to these other nodes here. So you can see each of the channel IDs that have been open. Here's the channel ID numbers. So between my node, the INTJ billing Lightning Network node, and these other nodes on the network. So you can see the number of channels that I've got open, and the aliases or node names of each of the Lightning Network nodes that I've connected to. So it's a whole lot of detail in there. This is a site that I highly recommend that you check out if you are looking to set up a Lightning Network node yourself. Do go to this website. Once you've got your node working via BTC Pay Server, I recommend BTC Pay Server, getting Lightning Network node working through that. Create an account on this site, and you'll be able to update your page here and add some details like I have here about my node and what it's all about. Another couple of sites, there's Ambos. Ambos is another good site for node details. So you can see here, I've clicked on my node's public key. You can see Chile calendar, my total capacity, 6.5 million Satoshis, 13 channels open. Last update was 3 days ago. My biggest open channel that I've got is 1 million Satoshis, smallest is 50,000 Satoshis. Average channel size is 500,000 Satoshis. So you can see over the last 3 or so days, I've increased the number of channels with other nodes on the network, and I've increased the capacity. So this is another very good site to check out. Do check it out. It's excellent. You can see here are all the channels that I've got open to other nodes, okay, and their capacity, how many Bitcoins they've got on their node. Okay, so we've also got LN channels, the LN channels website, and as you can see, every one of these sites I'm connecting, and I'm to their websites using my node's public key. Chile calendar, again, is the name of my Bitcoin Lightning Network node. It was first seen on the network on the 16th, which was 3 days ago. It's the making of this video. But I have had my Bitcoin Lightning my BTC Pay Server node up since March. So it has taken a bit of time for it to find my Lightning Network node. But having said that, I haven't done any work with the Lightning Network up until 3 days ago. I haven't really engaged with the Lightning Network until that point in time. I started doing this because I'm working with the CEO of Pride of Our Footscray Community Bar, where I'm a part shareholder in that business, and working with the CEO there, Matt O'Keefe, and we're doing some work on the Lightning Network to set up the ability for Pride Bar to accept payments via the Lightning Networks, the Bitcoin Lightning Network for drinks at the bar. So that's that page on LN channels. There's also terminal.lightning. You can see details about my node on here, and you can see it's loading here. And once again, here's my node's public key. So you can see capacity, the age, and I'm online, and some other health checks about my node. We've also got Cheese Robot. So this is another site, once again, public key of my node. Some details about it. There's a peer graph here, node key, URL, that's my service, IP address, and port number. And the capacity with the channels that I've opened with other nodes, and the amount of Satoshis there. Now, there's some other details here. I've put some details here about the swaps. Remember the triangle swaps that I was talking about before, where I participated in a swap to gain inbound liquidity to my Lightning Network node. So I'm doing swaps with Grand Archer and Rolo, Anonymous 3062, and Vendetta. as well as and Nicholas Satoshi. So if you click on these links here, you can see here are their profile pages on Lightning Network Plus, some details about their nodes and their capacity. So click each of these links and you can see. So these are other people who have set up servers either in the cloud or on bare metal using their own infrastructure, and they've set up Lightning Network nodes which I've connected to. So there's a couple of links here which I've also placed about Bitcoin Lightning Network statistics. So this is a really good one on 1ml.com. So some stats about the Lightning Network, how many Lightning Network nodes there are and the increase over time, how many channels are open, what the capacity is in terms of number of Bitcoins, and nodes with active channels, various other important metrics, I guess. And this is interesting because they also offer a JSON data feed. So this info I could potentially display on my page if I wanted to as well by tapping into the JSON data feed. At the moment, I've just provided a link to their site. I haven't done any work with their feed. But there's a couple of good links down here. You can see the trends over time, what the capacity increase is over 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, etc. So do check them out. Very, very good site. Some other stats here about the Lightning Network on the Lightning Network Plus website. You can see just between October 19th up until the 17th. So there's been an increase of over 6,300 nodes increased just in that time alone, and you see that the number of channels has increased significantly as well, and people continue to create swaps like I was talking about before, that triangle swap that I've been taking part in. So a couple of other things here. Oh yes, listing by location. So 1ml.com has got a listing here of countries and the node count by country, as well as the increase as a percentage, how many channels are opened. This is very interesting to look through. What I did on my website, I actually put nodes for my city. So I'm living in Melbourne, Victoria, so here are the cities. It shows where other people have set up nodes as well. And if I have a look specifically under Melbourne, you can see here those that are listed as public nodes. So there are some inactive nodes. Mine is an active node. So out of public nodes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm one of 5 public nodes here in Melbourne, Victoria. Now there could be more than that, except perhaps they don't have their listing up on 1ml, but I'm one of very few nodes anyway. So it shows just how early we are with the Bitcoin Lightning Network. I've also provided a listing here for Bangkok, Thailand. That's a city that I'm very interested in going to and working from. I'll be over there in early 2022. That's the number of nodes that are set up over there. Another city I'll be working in is Pattaya City. As you can see, we don't have any nodes set up in Pattaya at the moment. So pioneering stuff. Nobody else has done it, and I'll be over there doing some work in early 2022, which I'll be publishing videos on my YouTube channel here about that work. I've got a lot of interesting stuff planned. Now, this is an interesting article here which I found about the adoption of Bitcoin's Lightning Network. It was published September 28th, 2021, and shows the growth and the two most important stats when looking at the Lightning Network: number of Lightning nodes and the number of Lightning channels running on the network. And you can see it's increased by about 105% since this time last year. So got a constantly increasing number of Lightning Network nodes and channels. And the number of Bitcoins that are on the Lightning Network, you can see here it's a capacity of almost 3,000 Bitcoin. When this article was published, it's more than 3,000 Bitcoin today. But you can see by these graphs that it still is very, very early days. Very early days indeed. So there's this website here which on 1ml.com, again, so visualization of the Bitcoin Lightning Network. It's well worth checking out. It's very interesting. All the nodes that are connected to one another, right? Now, obviously, over time, this is going to become a lot bigger. There's going to be a lot more nodes on the network as Bitcoin reaches the #1 reserve currency of the world in terms of its value, and the number of Lightning Network nodes increases. It's going to be a lot bigger than this in the future, in the coming years. Some visuals here. It's a good website as well to check out number of nodes, channels, network capacity, and other metrics of the Lightning Network. I've put a link to Jameson Lopp's website here. There's some good details on here about the Lightning Network. Jameson Lopp, very smart guy, works in the Bitcoin space, very technically competent, trustworthy, and so on. He's put up this website, and there's a lot of good stuff on here. I encourage you to check it out. Now, I've put this video about the Bitcoin Lightning Network, explaining it simply. This is the best video that I could find online to explain it simply. This is more for a person who is a merchant who would like to set up a Bitcoin Lightning Network server. Just explaining things in a very high level, simple way, without any technical gibberish. Now, this is a graphic I've just whacked here. I found this on Twitter. I thought this was very interesting because over time you can see what's going on. That 2010, the millionaire had his nice house and car, and the Bitcoiner was nothing. 2020, Bitcoiner, you see he's now got a house over here, and by 2030, Bitcoin is going to have an even nicer house and an expensive car, and by 2040, everyone is looking on going, whoa, he's Bitcoiner. They say he has a whole coin. He's living in a castle. And this is the way that it's going to go. Bitcoin is the hardest money that humanity has ever devised, and over time, as it becomes the #1 reserve currency of the world in terms of its value, early Bitcoiners, anyone who was in prior to 2018, is going to become exceedingly wealthy. Here's a graphic showing my node here, Chile calendar. I'm located in Australia. My connection out to other nodes on the network. You can click on this. Once again, it's got my public key there, and you can see where I am here and my connection into other nodes. Now, you can have a search through here. You can see all the nodes that are on the network, number of channels that they've got open, and so on. So definitely worth checking that website out as well. Now, this here, I took this from the Invest Answers YouTube channel. That's a channel that you should definitely check out if you're interested in Bitcoin and where things are going. Now, you can see here it's still very, very early days for Bitcoin as both a store of value and as a medium of exchange. But being in the space now, developing skills, building the Lightning Network number of nodes means we're way ahead of the S-curve and other people. So here we are today, 2021, entering into 2022. We're just starting, really starting in terms of Bitcoin's store of value. So Bitcoin is an early store of value at the moment, and that's where it's going though. All technologies follow the S-curve over time. We've seen this with the growth of the internet, refrigerators, the automobile, any real piece of technology that you can think of. Mobile phone follows an S-curve and technologists are very fond of adoption curves, these S-curves, to see where we are in the technology adoption life cycle. So for medium of exchange, what we're talking about here with the Bitcoin Lightning Network, Lightning is specifically set up to enable fast transfers of Bitcoin anywhere in the world. And you can see where we are here. Like we are just way early. I mean, Bitcoin is not going to be used as a medium of exchange in any kind of extended way until like a long time in the future, 2035, we're in 2021 at the moment. So all this time here, we're building. So things go slowly until bang. We're seeing this with all new technology, right? So yeah, this is just a bit of detail. What I'm going to show you now, before I leave you on this video, is if we go to my BTC Pay Server, which I've logged onto, you can have a look under the services, and I've got a Ride the Lightning server working as part of this. You can see here, Chile calendar, this is my Bitcoin Lightning Network node. You can see the balance in terms of Satoshis, the on-chain balance, total. The inbound liquidity that I have, these are the other nodes that I've connected to. So I've connected to some of these nodes in the, remember the triangle, the swap triangle. So you can see the capacity that I've got open to those nodes, and my outbound liquidity as well, in terms of total capacity in the node names. You can see here total AUD figure, $375, but of course you can see here with the number of Satoshis, and when we have a look in terms of the peers, just take it here. But when you, this is my tip for those of you who are setting up a BTC Pay Server instance and are looking to utilize the Lightning Network. As I said, when you first set it up, you're going to get errors when you install the Lightning Network wallet on your phone and you try to send Bitcoin via the Lightning Network via your BTC Pay Server. You will get errors because what you need to do is you need to go in to your Ride the Lightning instance as part of your BTC Pay Server, and you need to add peers. So these are all the peers that I've added. And to add a peer, click this button, and you type in the public key of the peer, and click to add the peer. Now a peer is just another node on the network that's running the Lightning Network. So these are their nodes' public keys, and their network addresses are here. Once you've added a peer, then you open channels to them. Okay, so you can see the channels that I've got open to them, and once again, some of these channels I'm participating in as part of a swap. So I'm doing the swap with Nicholas Satoshi and LNDO1 in Dallas, also with Grand Archer and a couple of other people on here. So in one of these cases, now this is, remember, this is how you gain inbound capacity to your Lightning Network node. So another way is you can purchase that via Bitrefuel routing. You can see here I've the remote balance here and local balance here, and so yeah, I highly recommend that you go through and you add your peers, and then you open channels to them. Now remember what I said, that the article about how to do that, there's a link on my page that goes into a lot of detail about how to do this sort of stuff. So what you need to do though on your Ride the Lightning instance is you need to send Bitcoin to your Bitcoin hot wallet on your Ride the Lightning instance, and that's how you get the original amount of Bitcoin in, so that you're able to then open channels to these other nodes on the network. Okay, Now, under invoices, you can see these are all the invoices that I've created. There was one thing I wanted to show you, which was graph lookup, sign, verify. So some of the site, yeah, that's it. So 1ml.com, if you want to, they're going to ask you to sign and verify a message when you first set up your account there. And this is how you do it. You do it via this sign verify. So you'll paste the message in here, you click sign. That'll generate a signature. You copy the signature and then you paste it over into 1ml.com. Some details about my node, channels, routing fee, etc., etc. Node config. Here's my public key, my node public key, and node URL. So remember, you need you'll need the public key when you're connecting with other sites and other nodes, and node URL as well. Yes, so that's pretty much it. Now, when you want to get Bitcoin into your Ride the Lightning Network node, you need to create an invoice. Okay. Oh, actually, am I looking at the right thing there? I don't think I am. Sorry, no. What you need to do is you need to go into on-chain, and then you need to go to receive, and you need to generate an address. Now, when you generate an address, you can do it in two ways. You can generate it as a Beach32 address or a P2SH address, and then you need to send Bitcoin to that address. Once you've sent Bitcoin to that address, it will appear here in your Ride the Lightning Network node. And once that's happened, you'll be able to, and you can add peers beforehand, but you'll be able to add peers and you'll be able to open channels to them. And because you'll have Bitcoin within your Ride the Lightning Network node. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Okay, what else? I think that was pretty much all I wanted to go over today. Yes, if you're out there, if you're a merchant, if you're here in Melbourne, Australia in particular, or somewhere within Australia, I do consultations via the phone, via Skype as well. I can come into your business. I can help you set up Lightning Network payments at your point of sale. If you're interested in getting your business set up using the Bitcoin Lightning Network, go to my website page here and just enter your name, email, phone, and a quick message. Send me a quick message and I'll give you a call back, and we'll have a bit of a discussion on how I can help you. So yeah, I guess this video is mostly focused towards merchants who want to set up the Bitcoin Lightning Network, people who've set up BTC Pay Server, but also to other businesses out there who would like to engage my professional services for me to come in and to help you out. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you've learned something, you've enjoyed it. And yeah, my name's Clarke Towson. I'm the CEO of INTJ Billing. Please do feel free to get in contact with me, send me a message via this website, or give me a call on 0432 359 166. Okay, all the best, everyone.